Hi, I'm Krista. Welcome to the reading. In the reading I did last week, Spirit was talking about this year of the fire horse, and they were showing the beginning of this year to me like horses in a horse race standing at the gate, ready for the race to start. And they were showing it to me as the gates were closed, and now this week they're showing it to me as the gates have been opened. And they're showing this to me as energy, that energetically the gates of your life are opening, that something is being allowed to come through now. And I'm having a really difficult time with my voice that just started as I hit record on this video. And that makes me wonder if this thing that was blocked was your voice. How you use your voice in the world or within your relationships. That you weren't being heard. And I'm hearing for some that is not being heard on a spiritual level. Maybe there was a point in your life where you felt like God wasn't hearing you. God wasn't hearing your voice and your prayers because this thing in your life was not moving. It was behind the gate. And then Spirit gave me this imagery of a parent putting the arm out to stop a child from moving forward. A parent trying to protect their child. Like when you're driving and the light turns red unexpectedly and you have to like hit the brakes real hard to stop, and the driver of the car will put their arm out to the person in the passenger seat to protect them from flying forward because you're driving, you're in control, and you know that you have to put the brakes on. And that is the energy that Spirit is giving to me, trying to convey that to you, that they weren't trying to stop you, they were protecting you. They were putting their arms out in protection and not letting this thing move forward, like putting this gate up and not allowing it to move forward. And they're conveying to me how difficult that was for you. And they're showing me the empathy and sympathy that they felt knowing that this was something that you had to go through. And they're saying, "We never left your side. We were with you through this." And they said this could have included unexpected events, emergency situations, abrupt endings or changes, or something that happened completely out of the blue, or you may have gone through like a complete mindset change. And they were saying that all these things that happened, all these endings and changings, they were all happening in your favor. And my dog just sighed when I said that. I think if that picked up, I'm going to leave that in because I feel that it's the perfect representation of Spirit saying, this will all work out in your favor. This will all work out for your good. And it's frustrating to hear that because it's like, do you know what I've been through? Like, that's the exact sentiment I feel. Like, okay, okay, Spirit. And the funny thing is, I tried to record this video a couple days ago, and there was so much noise outside, I wasn't able to do it. And now I know that that was divine intervention, because more information has come in about this. And I know that is part of the message itself, the starting and stopping and starting and stopping, that is probably something that you've been experiencing. And now that they're saying the gates have been opened, I was asking why. What was the purpose of the gates being closed to begin with? And I was shown this Bible verse. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. Galatians 5:22. And God's answer to why was this stalled, why was this happening, was because you have been cultivating these fruits of the Spirit. And I'm being drawn right now to this prayer card I have in front of me. It's a prayer card of Mother Mary touching our heart. And I'm hearing that that's where the fruits of the Spirit lies within you, inside of your heart. And this heart space work is why I felt called to use this heart candle today. And also this candle here, it's called nectar. And I feel that that is a symbolism of your spiritual fruits blossoming. The nectar, the sweetness of this fruit that you have cultivated inside yourself. And in so many of the past readings, they've brought up joy and the heart space and the work you've done to be in alignment. And I'm seeing now that this alignment is aligning yourself to the Spirit of God through these things, through the fruits of the Spirit. That despite your situation in the past, you were able to grow these beautiful fruits from God. You were able to live in a way of love and joy and peace and patience and kindness. These things never left you. And I'm hearing the word unearthed, that these things were unearthed by you. Because when you connected with your soul, you were connecting with these things that were a part of your soul. And I want to make sure that I convey that this metaphorical gate they're showing me, it wasn't closed because of you or anything that you did. It was closed because of divine timing, universal time, something bigger than us. It's like connected to world energy. Like universal energy is what it's connected to, not your personal energy. And it's this feeling of, even though this was happening, you didn't allow it to discourage you. You kept moving forward. You kept moving forward and cultivating these fruits of the Spirit. And now that the gate is open, you're bringing all these things through the threshold. You have all these things within you, carrying them through. And Spirit keeps repeating how beneficial this time is to moving forward. That energy of the fire horse. That last year was about purging and cleansing and renewing so that this year we can move forward in our dreams. And because you are in alignment with these energies, those things will come into your life. I don't want to say easier. I'm hearing the word rapidly. That these things will come into your life more rapidly, maybe, than other people going through the same thing. It's like we're all getting to the same place, but you're getting there faster. And they gave me this example of a zucchini growing in the garden. That this is what it will feel like. The gates will open and it will be slow and steady, maybe to the point where you don't even notice the change. You don't notice the growth happening. And then that's when they showed me a zucchini. And zucchinis have this way of, you go outside to check on them and it's like, oh, it's not ready, it's not ready, it's not ready. And then 2 hours later, you go out to check on it and it's grown like 12 inches. You're like, how did that happen? How is that even possible? And that's the energy I'm feeling with this. It's like you almost feel like you're getting nowhere. This starting and stopping energy, and then it's just all of a sudden, all at once. That's how they're making me feel about your energy. It's like, it's not ready, it's not ready, it's not ready. Okay, here's everything. Here's the whole bounty, the entire harvest. And I feel it's going to take you off guard because before, everything was a struggle. Everything was like moving through quicksand and everything took forever or it didn't happen at all. And now I'm seeing the universe just laying it at your feet. They're showing me this imagery of like everything in a gift basket, and the gift basket gets delivered to your doorstep unexpectedly. And you're just like, oh, okay. Like that's how I feel. Just one day, everything clicks, everything's there. And I'm not sure if these changes are happening internally, that one day you'll just get a spark of clarity and everything in your situation will make complete sense, or if these are external things, like finding that job that you want, finding a partner, the perfect house comes on the market, a new pet arrives in your life, you have a child. Like, Spirit is saying, allow them to determine what these gifts are because they're on an individual basis and they already know. And I'm hearing for some it can be everything, internal and external. They're saying most, not some. For most, it will be internal and external, that you will feel these changes. But let's go ahead and pull some cards on this reading. And I want to use this Archangel Michael deck because I know Archangel Michael has been a protector with you through this process. That's why I have him represented here. But this deck, just the cover art here, it reminds me of the energy of the Ace of Swords, that clarity coming in, that divine clarity. And this is on the bottom of the deck. It's almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved, and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. And I never noticed in this card before, but the way the clock hands are, it's like milliseconds. Like this is coming in within milliseconds. And maybe that's what Spirit meant by rapidly. And I just keep hearing that you don't even expect it. You're so used to how the way things are. And I'm saying why? Why don't they expect it? And I'm feeling because you're in a place of contentment and being comfortable in the situation, like learning to adapt to the situation. Because you've cultivated these feelings of love and joy and peace within your life, you're okay with it. You've adapted. It's like learning to live in a harsher climate. And now it's just life. It's just your life in this harsher climate. And you've made it work. And you're grateful for what you have. And you've surrendered your situation to God. And now it's like, I'm good. I'm just here chilling. And there's a lot of traffic noise going on outside right now. And Spirit is using that as a way to say, we're moving you. We're moving you into a different climate. Oh, that reminds me of the Bible story. Is it Naomi? I can't remember if it's Naomi or Ruth, where God moved them to a new place. That they lived in a place where famine was going to happen. Okay, I went and got this. It's the book of Ruth. I wanted to make sure I got this right because I'm seeing the story in my head. There was a woman named Naomi living in Bethlehem. So there was a man and a woman and their two sons, and they were living in Bethlehem, and her name was Naomi. Bethlehem was known as the house of bread. It was considered the promised land, and Naomi ended up losing her husband and her two sons. And then on top of that, Bethlehem no longer had any food storage. They lost all their food and they were going through a famine. And basically, to try to make the story shorter, her daughter in law Ruth, who culturally was no longer tied to Naomi because her sons had passed away, Ruth was like, no, come with me. Come to Moab, this place where there's food. Let's leave Bethlehem and come with me. Naomi was like, no, don't even call me Naomi anymore. Call me Mara, which means bitter, because I am so bitter and upset with what has happened in my life. Just leave me behind. But Ruth wouldn't take no for an answer, and she had her go to Moab, where there was food, and she took care of her there. And through the story of Ruth, you see God's hand working in her life, that God was with her the whole time, protecting her, guiding her. And by the end of the book of Ruth, her spirit has been renewed, that she's come out of feeling bitter about her circumstances. And I feel like they're using the story as a way of saying, we are moving you. We are taking you out of Bethlehem and we are moving you to Moab. And again, it's that harsh climate. Bethlehem was about to go through a famine, and God took Naomi out of that harsh climate and put her in a situation where she was now thriving. And I know that that is the example that they're trying to make with the story, that you are in that time of change, moving from this harsh climate into a place of thriving. And what's weird in the story is it talks about going up to the gate and waiting. This is Boaz had gone up to the gate and sat down there. It was such a random synchronicity of talking about this waiting for the gate to open. Recognize the signs from above. That's funny because we just said, look at the synchronicity. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. And the dove always reminds me of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit working in your life. The Holy Spirit is like knocking on your door saying, okay, this is happening. It's time to move. And it's like being so comfortable in the discomfort that you're like, no, go ahead. Just go on without me. Just like Naomi. No, no, it's okay, Ruth. Just go on without me. And God saying, no, like you're coming with us. We've been sending you signs. You know the steps forward that you're supposed to be taking because we've sent you signs to validate that yes, this is true, this is correct. This time the gate is open. You will make progress. Have no fear. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. It's like Spirit is saying, okay, the gate's open now. Now you need to go through it. Don't be afraid to move through it. And in my head, they're showing me like when you get a dog from the shelter or like you foster a dog that's had some really bad experiences and they have that fear and you open the cage for them to come out, but they won't come out of the cage. They won't come out of their shelter. And it's like your angels are saying, we know you've been through some stuff, but can't you see now that the cage is open, the gate is open? Don't be afraid to step out into something new. And the thing that's new is embracing your life purpose, moving towards that thing that's in alignment with your heart space. Because I am guiding you toward your divine life purpose. Whatever makes your heart joyful is what you're meant to be doing. Just like God was leading Naomi to a more joyful life in Moab, saying, "Leave this behind, come with me." This says 8. Deeper insights are at hand. Your overall plan is good, but the details need work. Reflect before moving forward. But to me, what this card really symbolizes is that year of the fire horse. Like, she is riding on the horse, and the horse has a halo around its head, and that makes me think of like being divinely led. Like, this card to me is giving freedom, no longer being tied down by fear, but living in alignment with the fruits of the spirit, living in that alignment of love and joy and the things that you've learned, and having this freedom now, this emotional freedom to pursue what your heart desires. It's a feeling of not letting anything stop you. And I'm hearing your soul has been lit within, and now you're going for it, not allowing external factors to dictate your life, to dictate the things that you do or choose to do. That you are living fully from self now in this moment. And I keep hearing the word sovereignty, living in sovereignty. Regain your focus. Trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. Archangel Metatron and I are here to help you stay grounded. And I feel that that card is representing the things that you have already dealt with. That these things are no longer distracting you from living you from this authentic place inside of your heart. And that you're not just dreaming and thinking about these things, but you're grounding them into reality. Now that this gate is open, you've moved from the internal and building these things physically in the world. And that could also be these fruits of the spirit, these heavenly things that you've been experiencing. That you're taking these things and bringing them to earth, bringing them to the world, and maybe sharing them with others. There was another reading where they talked about bringing heaven to earth, and I feel that theme again of bringing these things within yourself to earth, grounding them down to earth. And this is at the top of the deck. Be the real you. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. And they're saying that's what you've done. That's the work that you've been doing, is finding that true authentic self and not caring what anybody else has to say about it. That you've become so comfortable in who you are, and you've become so comfortable in your relationship with God, that you know yourself so deeply that you're not allowing external things to bother your peace. And I feel like you understand yourself and you understand your gifts. Like, these things are becoming more clear. And it's like God is saying, now that you see what I see, now that you can see yourself through the way I see you, and you can see what a miracle you are, and you can see the impact you have on others just by being yourself, I'm ready to move you. I'm ready to take you to a place where those gifts can be used within your life, within other people's lives, where your light can be seen by other people. And I'm seeing now that these candles represent your light, the light of your heart, and the light of your sweetness inside, the light of this ripening fruit. And they're showing me your spirit as this flame glowing brightly. And it's like when they say be seen, they don't necessarily mean being famous, but allowing your light to fill the space that you're in, allowing yourself to take up space, allowing your voice to be heard. It's funny, like, I'm not having that problem anymore with my voice that I had at the very beginning of the reading. Allowing yourself to be fully and completely you, and to allow your energy to just take up space, fill up the room, and you're no longer dampening your light, holding your energy back. And that's where this freedom lies. Like, that's how I feel about this card, this light all around her. That's that light around you now. I'm going to pull one more card because I know this is getting a little long. This is from the Starlight deck, which feels appropriate. Nucleus. The power within stars is the power within you. Exactly. You've tapped into this power. You've tapped into center, the center of yourself, and it's everything is beaming outward. And I'm just hearing spirit say, get ready. I don't know what that means, but they're just saying, get ready. And on top of the deck, Morning Star, keep shining even when the others have quit. That spirit saying, keep shining your light, keep being you. And I'm hearing, we love you so much and we are so proud of you. Well, I'm gonna end the reading right here. That message was so beautiful. I'm wishing you so much luck and abundance, even though I'm hearing they're not gonna need it. I hope this reading resonated with you. Let me know down in the comments. Thank you for hanging out with me and for sharing your time with me. And until we meet in the next reading, I'm wishing you a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.